evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us and welcome to our channel, I Love News. Today we begin with an international news. A protester, an 18 years old protester, has been shot by a police officer in Hong Kong. Hopefully his injuries aren't fatal. In order to have more information about this topic, we have sent two of our correspondents on the spot in Hong Kong. Hello June, hello Sonia. What happened exactly?
Yes, Ruth, the protest is still ongoing, but the protesters don't seem to stop, even though the extradition bill, which sparked the protest, has been postponed, and the protest is becoming more and more violent. Besides, China warned the protesters that they will use troops to quell the protest if it becomes more violent. And according to sources, they have already dispatched military units near Hong Kong. They also warned the US not to meddle in the country's affairs. The US Congress has passed a bill that stands up for Hong Kong people's human rights.
Do we know if the protest is still ongoing?
Hello, Luis. Yes, as you mentioned, one of the protesters was shot in the chest by the police. This is first time that the police have used live round on the protesters. At first, he was in serious condition, but fortunately, he is on the mend now. While in China, there was a parade celebrating the National Foundation Day, but in Hong Kong, protesters were still marching across the city, demanding freedom and the official withdrawal of the extradition bill.
Thank you, June and Sonia, for the report. We will keep you posted if we have any further information about this topic. Let's move on to the next topic. Today's topic is going to be about the election. As you might know, federal elections took place here in Canada. We are going to talk about what candidates think about the environment. In order to answer this question, we have asked two of our experts, Tanya and Simena. Could you please tell us what are the information about?
Paramita Kundner, running for the Green Party in Burnaby, says the number one concern is the climate change. Getting off fossil fuels and changing our economy, it just takes political courage to do it. The Trans Mountain Pipeline, it's a bad idea. She says that we need to wind down our production on fossil fuels.
How about Gabrielle Lauren?
She says the solution cannot just be local. It has to be a global and national strategy. The Trans Mountain Pipeline should go ahead because it's already paid and at this point it's impossible to cancel it. Canada has to have technology to deal with the climate change. For example, implement electric cars and tax credits to retrofit the buildings for reduce the pollution.
What does Sven Robinson think?
Robert Bev is running for pipeline expansion. Bev and his party, Canada of West Vancouver, they don't believe that there is a climate crisis. The Swedish activist Greta Thunberg is coming this Friday at the Art Gallery from 11 to 2 p.m. from the climate change strike.
Thank you, Tanya and Simena, for this valuable information. If you are interested in this topic, feel free to check out our new website, www.iln.ca.
Are you tired of your sleepless night of working or studying? I can present to you Starbucks. Here you can find the best coffee. With this coffee, your nights can be more hotter and productive. It's not just coffee, it's Starbucks.
What better way to talk about sports with our two experts, Nicholas and Javier. Good evening, gentlemen. What are the news in sports?
Hello everyone, we had a lot of activity this week. After a 3-week break, the European Champions League is back and here are Tuesday's results. The first match, Manchester City won 5-1 against Atalanta. Sterling scored an 11-minute second half hat-trick as Manchester City demolished Atalanta to maintain their 100% start in Champions League in Group C. The second one was Club Brugge against Paris Saint-Germain. The second half substitute Kylian Mbappé scored a hat-trick as Paris Saint-Germain defeated them 5-0 to take a big step towards the Champions League knockout stage. The next match was Juventus against Lokomotiv Moscow. They won 2-1. Paulo Dybala scored 2 late goals as Juventus came from behind to beat them. And the other results are here. Galatasaray 0 against Real Madrid 1. Olympiacos 2 against Bayern Munich 3. Shakhtar Donetsk 2 against Dynamo Zagreb. And the last one, Atletico de Madrid won 1 over Bayer Leverkusen 0.
And that's it for soccer. How about rugby now?
Yeah, Luis, after 5 weeks ago, the Rugby World Cup started in Japan, where 20 teams were qualified. Last weekend was the quarterfinals. New Zealand, Wales, South Africa, and England won. With that victory, they are qualified for the semi-finals this weekend. And we have Niklas right in Japan who will talk about it.
Hey Javier, from the other side of the world, from Japan, from the Rugby World Cup 2019. On Saturday at 1 p.m, New Zealand, the winner of the last 2 World Cups, plays against England in this wonderful stadium. Both teams came after the quarterfinal matches with a good tailwind to the semi-finals. New Zealand's ominous performance against Ireland will have shown England the enormous challenge that lies ahead. England should be competitive, but New Zealand have too much firepower.
It will be a great semi-final. Now we go with Peter, who is in Japan, and we'll talk about the second semi-final.
Hey Javier, we are here in North Japan at the stadium for the second semi-final of the Rugby World Cup 2019. We're on Sunday, Wales versus South Africa. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. Wales have already played their free card this tournament. Another sloppy and overslapping start this weekend will see South Africa win at a canter. Warren Gantlay's team will be better, but their inconstantly attack will cost them against South Africa, the best team they have faced in this tournament. South Africa wants to reach their first final since 2007 too.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. So as you can see, a lot of sports events coming up within the next week. It's not time for the local news. Good evening, Celeste. What happened recently in British
Hi,
Columbia?
Luis. In the local news, we have a new surveillance video obtained by the Vancouver police that shows a Burgundy woman at the moment she was struck under a vehicle of several blocks, crushing her face and breaking bones in the process.
So what do we know about her health condition?
Emancio has been hospitalized with life-threatening injuries, undergoing several surgeries to reconstruct her face, and will need a prosthetic eye at a later date. They expect Emancio to be hospitalized for 6 to 1 year. 24 years old Desire Emancio was crossing the street at East Hastings and Jackson Avenue early in the morning on Saturday, October 12, when she was somehow caught up between a van with Illinois plates. Until now, the police have not named the person who was driving during the accident, only confirmed that he is an American and that they are looking to see what role alcohol may have played. The Emancio family made a GoFundMe page to ask for donations to pay the medical expenses. If you want to help the Emancio family, the website is now on the screens and it will be on our social media.
Thank you so much, Celeste. Indeed, as you mentioned, feel free to go on our website to make a donation. Let's finish with the weather with you, Beatrice.
Tomorrow, 23 of October, in the city of Vancouver, will be sunny with some clouds during the day. The maximum temperature will be 12 degrees and the minimum 7 degrees. The thermal sensation will be less than the terminal temperature. In the night, the Vancouver residents will feel the lowest temperature. The wind in the day will be 12 kilometers. The rest of the week will have a really similar weather, but in the weekend the temperature begins to decrease. It will be sunny, but low temperature. Chance of rain will decrease in a few days.
Thank you, Beatrice, for the weather forecast. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I wish you a very good evening and I will catch you tomorrow.